Hey everyone, it's Megs, and I'm actually really nervous about doing this, and I have to wait for a few moments because, I gotta wait for everyone to get the notification that I'm going live. So, tell me about your day. My hair looks terrible, and yeah, I was at a conference all day, so this is kind of weird. I am being the great teacher that I am neglecting all of the correcting that I have to do and utilizing a teachable moment right now. So, I'm gonna wait just like a few more minutes. Show live chat messages. Hi, Alyssa. There we go. Now you're showing up. Let me know where you're from so I know where y'all are at. Annyeong. Okay, so a little bit about today. Hi y'all. Hi Marie. I think it's Marie. Yeah. So today I came home and I was gonna be really productive and do a bunch of grading, and Sui, who is on the channel, needed a moment to vent, and she told me something that was going on Twitter. Guys, I am not made for Twitter. PS, like, I go on there and nothing makes sense to me, and and I'm too verbose for Twitter to even like form something that is only 140 characters. And so Sui and Toto kind of told me what had been going on Twitter today and yesterday. And apparently, fan wars are going on like crazy. And mostly we have to say a lot of it, because they are so visible right now, is ARMY. And something had happened that ARMY was upset about other fandoms coming in on the coattails of BTS. And so, with all of this going on, I, being who I am, got upset vicariously through them, and I started forming my own thoughts. And we wanted to do a Twitter thread, and Sue's like, send me your thoughts. And after an hour or two, she's like, are you writing a novel over there? And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Like I said, I'm too long-winded for Twitter. And so we decided I should just read my letter to ARMY. So I know this doesn't apply to everyone. Not everyone's into fan wars and everything like that. But it applies to everyone in the sense of how we treat each other as a K-pop fandom. Whether you stan one group or whether you stan multi-fandom or you're multi-fandom, how we treat each other within the K-pop genre is important. And so I am not going to talk off the cuff. I am actually just going to read my letter because I do much better collecting my thoughts that way. And so bear with me, as this is kind of a long-winded letter, but it's important to me and I want to express my thoughts. And you can comment on it, but know that because I'm reading it, I might not see it. Yeah, I try to stay away from Twitter as much, but that's how we get a lot of our news, unfortunately, and so we do a lot on Twitter. I have this really funky shadow going on me, so hopefully you're not too distracted by that. Now that I've pointed it out, you probably will be. Anyway, so here is my letter to ARMY, and it applies to everyone within the K-pop genre fandom family. All right, here we go. So what is ARMY? What characteristics are portrayed by him or her, and what characteristics do you think BTS think of when they think of ARMY? Someone who is devoted to BTS, who delights in their success, who supports them the best they can. Someone who cares about the well-being of each member as well as the group, who loves their songs, their dances, their concepts. If these are the characteristics of BTS's ARMY, then that's me, that's us, we are ARMY. But if being ARMY means we can't love or support other groups, if being an ARMY means we belittle the hard work of other groups, and simply because they have a smaller fan base, or because a few of their fans have made us mad, or have said bad things about our guys, If being a member of any fandom means we have to become bullies to other fans or fandoms in order to support or promote our group, we want no part of that fandom. We will still love, support, and adore our guys, but not at the cost of dignity or decency. And yes, BTS is achieving many amazing things, being the first in many different ways and working their cute little hind ends off to do it, especially Jimin's, right? And of course, reaching new heights with the support of ARMY, voting, streaming, buying, and doing lots of things to help BTS out. There is no denying the fact that BTS and ARMY are a power, a force, and a movement to be acknowledged. And I love that through all of this recognition and sudden international curiosity, BTS have maintained their bold, brassy power of being unique and have also stayed humble. ARMY, on the other hand, I cannot say the same. Boasting our global power while pushing down other groups who have worked just as hard, complaining that other groups and fandoms want success similar to BTS's. ARMY demanding that other groups and fandoms need to work just as hard, if not harder, to achieve what BTS and ARMY have done. So consumed with their power and their hard work, they don't want to see others achieve it so easily. If you fall into this kind of ARMY, I kindly ask that you take the stick of power you have rammed up your butt and please consider what is the point of being part of a movement if you tell everyone else who would care to join to stay still. What is the point of paving a road if no one else can travel it after you? What is the point of breaking down barriers if you build them back up again after you? Imagine if Jackie Robinson and all his fans had been so happy and proud that he was the first Black man to play professional sports that they demanded no other Black athletes be allowed because he had worked too hard to let others receive recognition following in his tracks, riding in on all the work and trials he had gone through. There would have been no Michael Jordan. Imagine if the first woman to vote then turned to all the other women who were fighting for the same right and said, get your own court approval to vote. There would have been no suffrage movement. If the Beatles only wanted themselves to be successful in America, there would have been no One Direction. If only one person or group is allowed to succeed, isn't that a form of discrimination? And isn't that what BTS, as a Korean male group trying to succeed globally, is trying to destroy? Global recognition and respect has been a mountain all K-pop groups have been climbing since the conception of K-pop. And each generation of the Korean wave has reached new heights on that mountain, all climbing and clawing away at the mountain together. BTS, with their hard work, their determination, their empowering and socially conscious lyrics, their dynamic choreography, and with their perfect mix of members and their skills and the powers of social media and the social media support of ARMY, it has been a perfect blend for them to gain global recognition, to reach a point where they can look out and say, look at what we've done and enjoy the amazing view. But this is just that. It's a lookout point. This is not the summit. There is still so much ground to be gained. Yes, they have had a lot of firsts under their belts, but they still aren't as well known as I want them to be. They still don't have as many airtime minutes on the radio as Psy has. Non-K-popers still think Psy when I say K-pop, and most still haven't heard of BTS. But yes, let's enjoy the fact that BTS has come so far, to appreciate the effort it was for them and for us to get there. But when BTS looks down and sees all the other K-pop groups still struggling, pawing at the mountain of success, I can't imagine them kicking them in the face, stepping on their fingers and spitting at them to find their own way up the mountain, pick a different trail, and to figure it out for themselves. Can you imagine them doing that? I can't. I imagine them taking in the beautiful scenery of a small success and then looking down to those still struggling up the mountain and offering a hand saying, you gotta see this, it's awesome. If BTS were rude to those around them, working to achieve their best, we wouldn't like them. We wouldn't. So why then do we see ARMY treating other K-pop groups and fandoms that way? Only worried about BTS's success and ARMY's power, spitting at others to do their own hard work. I promise you, they are working hard to promote their groups. But it is the honor of the trailblazers to be recognized as the first, but then also to help those behind them to achieve as well. The great thing about music is it's not sports. Thank goodness. There doesn't have to be a winner and a loser. All can be appreciated without the sacrifice or the expense of another. But when we as fans fight, bicker, or are petty, it really hurts our guys and our groups more. They don't want fans who are known to be mean or rude. They don't want that kind of behavior to be a reflection of them. So I ask that we reflect on the kind of characteristics we see in our guys and cheer for those who are still trying to succeed. It is my understanding that BTS lost a great opportunity today. A radio station asked if they should play an hour of K-pop a day, but ARMY were so consumed with jealous greed for only BTS's success, they couldn't share an hour a day with other K-pop groups. How dare other K-pop groups get airtime when it was BTS and ARMY's work that even got the radio thinking about K-pop? Well, congratulations, ARMY. You got what you wanted. BTS won't be sharing airtime with those other K-pop artists. That radio station won't be playing any K-pop now because they saw the vicious fight that ensued. ARMY versus other K-pop fandoms, and both lost. And if that pattern continues, it will leave a bad impression of the K-pop world, of which BTS is a part of, on the American industry. So I ask you again, what is an ARMY? What characteristics are portrayed by him or her? And what characteristics do you think BTS think of when they think ARMY? Powerful, passionate, but petty and vicious? Or powerful, passionate, kind, and supportive to all, but cheer a little bit more loudly for BTS? Choose who you think BTS loves and appreciates more, and then choose again to be that way. ARMY has felt like a family to me, and we have made remarkable friendships that wouldn't have happened otherwise. But I don't want to be in a family of bullies. If you are representing more than just yourself when you do say or tweet something in the name of ARMY. And I know, and P.S., I know this doesn't apply to everyone, but this applies to everyone. It's not just ARMY. It is anybody who is in a K-pop fandom. Our actions reflect on our artists, and so we need to be aware of what we say and do in the name of our fandom. And when we hurt other K-pop artists or when we're rude to them, we're really just sacrificing a little bit of dignity for our fandom and for our groups. So that is my letter to ARMY and other K-pop fandoms. And I know I missed a lot of comments, so you can repeat them now because I can now watch them. But I know that there is a lot of fan wars out there, and I wish they would just all go away. Just because we love a certain one better doesn't mean we have to put down another. And just because people say bad things about our guys or the group that we love doesn't mean we have to retaliate. We can be the bigger person, the bigger fandom, so to speak, in a sense of how we treat people. So, okay, I'm going to try and go up and look. This needs to go viral among other K-pop fandoms. I would agree it needs to go viral. Just the message, not necessarily me. So spread that message to everyone. If we do nothing, if we see people bullying each other and we don't stand up for each other, then that's not okay. We need to say, hey, let's be nice. And we don't retaliate. Don't retaliate. That's not okay. But saying, hey, remember who you're representing right now and try and make them proud. They wouldn't appreciate you being rude. Okay, so I'm going to try and go to other things. Okay. No. Okay. Why is competition in the first place? Yeah, we've discussed that too as Kpop Konverters. The whole voting thing has really pit us against each other and thought that this is a competition, and it's really not. A win for anybody in K-pop in the American industry is a win for the entire genre. And so it's not a BTS win, it is a K-pop win, even though BTS is the face of it. And even if it was another group, BTS would win because it's getting more recognition. And it applies to everyone. Sui didn't see the notification. She hasn't watched any of it. That's funny. I'm done reading it, Sui. When people say, let's petition to disband a group as if it's going to solve anything. That's why I don't care for fan wars. I agree, Toya. I agree. It makes me really, really sad when people can't just support and they have to tear down others. I think people lose sight of what ARMY is and what it's meant to be and who BTS see ARMY as. I agree. I hope we can live up to what BTS thinks of us as a fandom and not just support at the cost of others. Fan wars are inevitable. That will never change. I think fan wars are inevitable, but I think we can help minimize the effect of them and minimize the callousness that we treat each other. I love Twitter, but I try to avoid fan wars. Amen, Anna. I come for BTS. Me too. Annyeong. Hey everyone. Okay, so this is where we started. C Project. I'm not talking about C Project right now. Yeah, I like to rant about how many ARMYs aren't that great. I think the vast majority of us are great, but there are a lot of people who I just don't. There are too many people who think that BTS has to succeed at everything and no one can succeed for them to be successful. Does that make sense? BTS success is not minimized by other people's success. It's not a race to the top. It's a journey of creating better music. And isn't music supposed to make us happy and bring joy into our lives? And if we are in fights over our artist's success, then that's not joyful. It's not. But there is joy in a struggle and overcoming a trial. And I don't think that other fandoms, other groups are trials. They're not. And if they create better music because they are trying to compete, that's one thing. But I don't think BTS is really competing with anyone at this point in time. I think they've arrived at a point where they are creating music that they enjoy to create, that has a message and meaning for them. And it's not about the views. It's not about being popular for them anymore. It's about sending a message out into the world that will make the world a better place. And as ARMY, we have a responsibility to not ruin that message. Sorry. Love yourself. Well, it's really hard to love myself when I have all these other people saying I'm a terrible person for wanting success for another group. Do you see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Don't undermine the message that BTS has for the world by our behavior and our actions on social media. It's not okay. Wow. I'm really hating my hair right now. I just undermined the message. Okay. Everyone has their own opinions and their own flavor. Yeah, I completely agree. I'm salty most of the time, and that brings flavor to my life. But at the same time, I'm not doing it at the expense of others. So we can have our own opinions and we can express them, but we can also do it with dignity. Sorry, I feel like really preachy right now, you know? Yeah? No, sorry. I don't want to do that. Okay. K-pop is life. If we would like people to join, we can't act like this. I agree. I think the problem started where BTS started to introduce more people to K-pop, and other fandoms were like, there's more to K-pop, and people started to hate on BTS and ARMY. Well, there is more to K-pop than just BTS. That's true. They are not the only group out there. So we can't be offended by that statement. It's fact. And, but being hated on by other fandoms, I'm not saying that that's not going to happen. I mean, it's been happening for a long time, but I think at the same time, we don't need to perpetuate that problem. People like to rant on how ARMY are not great. Understand that every group has immature fans. It's true. It's true. Every fandom has immature fans, and we need to squash that type of behavior, in my opinion. And I think, my gosh, ARMY has the power to squash that type of behavior. Okay. Even more so because I'm in many fandoms and I want them to succeed as well as BTS, you know? Oh, totally agree. I want all of my I want all of my groups to succeed. I think the more that succeed, the better music we have. Like there is no loss here. If more of them are succeeding and doing well, that means we're getting better and better music to enjoy. I'm all about having more jams. Like, come on, bring it on. That's what thank you, Toya. Did I lose all my comments? Oh no, that's okay. I gotta get real close now because I feel like. Hey Matt, I just saw that you were here even though I'm so behind on comments. We don't have to fight for BTS anymore. They can take care of themselves. I agree. Like, they've arrived. We don't need to like push them. They're there. Fan wars are stupid. Oh, that's where I was at. Of course ARMYs aren't the only ones that have immature fans. Of course XOLs have immature fans. Of course Monster X fans have immature fans. Yeah, they're everywhere. This is not, that's why I said this is to all fandoms. People like to make it seem that only ARMY has immature fans. Oh my gosh, stop that. All right. Sorry, I'm having difficulty with my things. I love TVXQ. SM hurt my feelings. That's why I never watch K-pop anymore until BTS come. I love them because they are not from SM. I'm gonna love a group no matter where they come from. As long as they create good music and good art that I enjoy. I'm gonna support them no matter what. I would like to point out that artists aren't their company. Does that make sense? They had a dream and they sought a path to achieve that dream, and we should not blame artists for actions of their company. That is just my 2 cents on that little thing. Gauging in people who are toxic. We give them more power. People who want to start drama won't get heard and have power if we ignore them. That's why Harry wasn't afraid of Voldemort. It's not about what fandom is against other fans. It's about everyone supporting the genre of K-pop. Amen, Sui. And about toxic fans, like, yeah, we don't need to join in the drama, but we could say, hey, just want you to be aware that your actions are representing your group. Ay, ay, ay. Well, that's my 2 cents. That is my my preach, my sermon for today. Just my thoughts, and I had to get them out there because I had a lot of them. It turned out to be like 3 pages, y'all, after I wrote all of, I write slow too, so you know that happens. But Matt, I think the biggest problem is when fans think their favorite group is the only one worth anyone's time. This kind of attitude shows that they don't really care about K-pop or Korea. It's just selfish. I would agree, it is selfish. SM destroyed JYJ career because they decided to quit TVXQ and they're not allowed to be on TV or news for 6 years. Yeah, this isn't a comment on on companies. This is the comment on the actions that we have, which we can't control. We can't necessarily control companies. They stayed classy. I do love TVXQ and JYJ. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in and commenting. And it's just spread the word of respect and decency. And I think we can go along. We definitely can go further together than we can alone, no matter what group you support. So having said that, I still love ARMY. I still love BTS. I still love all of my groups. And yeah, peace out, guys.